Everyone, thank you all so much for joining us on this holiday week for our Durham County Board of Commissioners regular session today, Monday, November 24th at 7 p.m. I will get us started with the public charge. The Board of Commissioners asks its members and residents to conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous manner, both with the board and fellow residents. At any time, should any member of the board or any resident fail to observe the public charge, the chair will ask the offending person to leave the meeting until that individual regains personal control. Should decorum fail to be restored, the chair will recess the meeting until such time that a genuine commitment to the public charge is observed. Vice Chair Dr. Lee, would you like to do the land acknowledgement?
Sure. As we convene for the Durham County Commissioners meeting, it is crucial to recognize the painful truth of history. We stand on the stolen ancestral lands of the Catawba, Eno, Okanishi, Shakori, and Tuscarora peoples, whose deep connection to this land predates our arrival. We acknowledge with humility and unjust displacement and violence that occurred. We acknowledge with humility the unjust displacement and violence that occurred, leading to the dispossession of indigenous peoples from their homelands. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to their strength and spirit. May we humbly honor those ancestors and elders of these nations, both past and present, by committing ourselves to fostering understanding, healing, and justice for all who inhabit this land. Let us walk forward together with open hearts, acknowledging the past and embracing the future, guided by compassion, respect, and unity.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dr. Lee. Commissioner Jacobs, would you like to read the pledge? Thank you, Commissioner Jacobs. And today we will be beginning with our State of the County address. So I'll ask my colleagues to please join me in the audience. Thank you. Good evening to my fellow commissioners, County Manager Hager, Durham County staff, our special guests, and my fellow residents. Those who are in the chambers and watching us virtually, I have the distinct honor of presenting my first annual State of the County address. And before I go on any further tonight, I need to speak from a very personal place about what we all witnessed last week. We saw ICE and CBP, Custom and Border Patrol, show up in our community, masked, heavily armed, unannounced, and with the clear intention of terrorizing people. And I'll be honest, as someone who grew up in an immigrant family, as a Muslim targeted by surveillance, it hit me hard to see our neighbors go through that here in our home. But here's what stood out even more than their presence: the way Durham responded. I saw people checking in on each other. I saw parents looking out for kids who weren't their own. I saw neighbors opening up their homes, offering rides, delivering food, sharing information, and refusing to let anyone face this fear alone. That's who we are here. Durham keeps each other safe, not through intimidation or force, but through care, through community, and through love. Durham welcomes everyone. No administration, no agency, and no intimidation tactic is going to change that. They can try to sow fear, but it won't work here. Not in this community, not with our people. We take care of our own, and as long as I have the privilege of serving you, I'll stand with you every single time. And now allow me to take another point of personal privilege to introduce my fellow board members. We have 3 new board members who have assumed office in December of last year and are participating in their first official State of the County address. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Vice Chair, Dr. Mike Lee. Commissioner Michelle Burton. And Commissioner Stephen Valentine. And rounding out our board is our longest-serving commissioner, Wendy Jacobs, who is also a former chair of this body. Please join me in a round of applause for our commissioners. I would also like to recognize that we're joined here today by our Mayor Leonardo Williams. As we have worked to be a very collaborative board this year, I want to tell you that as my first State of the County address, I wanted to do things a little differently. Typically, you'll see the chair and the mayor give the address on their own. But I wanted to present the community of Durham in a time that we're seeing so much turmoil, how united our board is, and that the way that we serve together is through collaboration. And so you will have an opportunity to hear from each and every one of us throughout this presentation. You will hear from Vice Chair Dr. Lee, then Commissioner Burton, then Commissioner Valentine, and then Commissioner Jacobs, before I wrap us up. And I'd also like to recognize our County Manager, Claudia Hager, who is celebrating completing 1 year since her official appointment as our County Manager, even though she has been in this role couple of times unofficially. Congratulations, Manager Hager. And this is her first State of the County as our official county manager. Her extensive career path includes work in local government, higher education, working with the North Carolina Partnership for Children, state government, and of course, 14 great years at Durham County. Assisting Manager Hager are Deputy County Manager Maurice Jones, Assistant County Managers Joanne Pierce and Dwayne Brinson, and a talented group of award-winning department heads and staff throughout. Manager Hager, I would like to ask you to please come up and join me for a moment. County Manager Hager is one of the most exceptional people I have met in my life. And I have had the great honor of being able to be sworn into this board in 2020 and be under her leadership and mentorship and support. And she has shown with so much grace and love how to serve the people of Durham. And it's with my distinct honor to present to Manager Hager the highest civilian honor that a resident can receive in the state of North Carolina, the Order of the Longleaf Pine, presented by Governor Josh Stein. And you may all see Manager Hager and her very well-practiced look of surprise. But let me tell you, I nominated Manager Hager for this award with the intent to present this at our State of the County address. However, Governor Stein decided to mail the order directly to her. And so Manager Hager also had the distinct honor of then framing it herself and wrapping it herself. But we still wanted to make sure that we are able to honor her and present it to her here tonight. Yes. As she came up here, she whispered to me, "So sneaky." As we announced prior to this event, we asked attendees to bring in food items that can be shared with our community members who have been impacted by the interruption of SNAP benefits. Thankfully, the record-setting 43-day government shutdown is over, and benefits are again being offered. But the impact of SNAP recipients being concerned about how to sustain their families remains. I salute the amazing team led by Maggie Clapp at Durham County Department of Social Services, our amazing county manager and city manager, our colleagues across Durham County government and the city of Durham, and our valued partners at Lincoln Community Health Center for coming together to make our food drive during a time of crisis with SNAP benefits in peril a tremendous success. I have learned that we were able to bag 688 bags of food, which went directly to individuals and families across Durham who need extra support during this season. And in addition, Durham County DSS provided over $6,000 worth of food cards to 49 seniors at the Durham Center for Senior Life, ensuring that they have resources they need heading into the holidays. So thank you to everyone who brought food to donate this evening as requested. I plan to take just a few moments in this evening reflecting on our remarkable achievements over the past year. But while that is important, it is also critical that you hear some of the unprecedented challenges that face us at this time, and how our board will work collaboratively and effectively to continue to address our county's priorities going forward. Durham County continues its long-standing reputation for receiving multiple national awards from the National Association of Counties, or NACO. At the annual conference in Philadelphia this summer, Go Birds, Durham County received 7 achievement awards for various programs. Achievement awards honor innovative, effective county government programs that strengthen service for residents. Our award-winning programs and initiatives included several departments: the Durham County Library for the African American Legacy in Gardening and Horticultural Symposium, Information Services and Technology and Department of Social Services for the Durham County Social Services Case Management Modernization, Information Services and Technology for Durham County Duke Fiber Implementation, the Board of Elections and Information Services and Technology for Durham County DECO Votes Application, Board of Elections for Durham County Voter Experience Survey, Durham County Manager's Office for the DECO Forward 2029 Strategic Plan, and Information Services and Technology and Public Information Office for our Durham County Government Public-Facing Website Modernization Program. Congratulations on these innovative award-winning programs, and we look forward to even more new ideas for 2026. As one of our most important tools, let's just take a moment to emphasize our new website that was launched this summer. Visitors will notice simplified navigation of the website. There is much improved functionality on desktop and mobile devices, and useful online services. Additional attributes include enhanced user experience, improved functionality, stronger search features, better security, and a chatbot. Users will also notice that they are able to find information more quickly. Now, Vice Chair Dr. Lee will continue to share our achievements.
Thank you, Chair Alum. To be honest, I think I have the best part of this program because I get to talk about the people who make it happen every day, our staff and their achievements. Durham County's employees continue to receive numerous awards and recognition during the year for their extraordinary public service skills and abilities. For example, Public Health's Bria Miller was selected by the de Beaumont Foundation as a member of his 40 under 40 public health class of 2025. Director of Elections Derek Bowens received the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Association of Election Officials. Register of Deeds Sharon A. Davis was appointed to serve on the Disaster Preparedness Committee for the North Carolina Association of Register of Deeds. Assistant Register of Deeds Karen Perry was named President of the International Association of Government Officials. Our Director of Business Innovation and Outreach, Tammy Hall, made history as the first woman elected chair of the RDU International Airport Authority. She also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Triangle Business Journal. Community Intervention and Support Services Director Crystal Harris was appointed to Governor Josh Stein's in North Carolina Gang Prevention and Intervention Task Force. Santos Flores received the Milton Thrasher Award, an international recognition presented by the National Gang and Crime Research Center for outstanding contribution in research, scholarship, service, leadership, and other related accomplishments in dealing with public safety issues posed by gangs. Director of Community Partnerships and Engagement, Shannon Trapp, received the Young Alumni Award from Shaw University. Matt Filter, Economic Development Manager, was named 40 under 40 by the Triangle Business Journal. Soil and Water Director Eddie Culberson was inducted into the Durham County Agricultural Heritage Hall of Fame. Soil and Water Senior Administrative Officer Lisa Morchuk was elected President of the North Carolina District Employee Association. And Veteran Service Officer and Navy veteran Helen Juarez-Ruiz received the 2025 North Carolina Outstanding Combat Female Veterans Award. Let's give them all a round of applause. And next we'll have Commissioner Burton.
Good evening, everyone. I get to talk about some even more achievements that we have achieved this year. It's been my honor to serve on the Board of Commissioners to make sure that the lives of our residents are the best and to serve you with honor. So thank you. Many of our departments made significant accomplishments in this year as well. Our Soil and Water Conservation District celebrated its 60th anniversary. Congratulations. The Board of Elections received the Cleary Award for Distinguished Voter Education and Communications by the 2025 United States Election Assistance Commission. Elections also received the 2025 Civic Engagement Award from North Carolina Association of County Commissioners for its Deco Votes mobile application. Our Transportation Department worked on the acquisition of the Durham to Roxborough Rail Trail Corridor and the development of the planning study. Employees also initiated the Durham Bus Rapid Transit Vision Plan, along with supporting the city's Central Durham Bus Rapid Transit Corridor through the Durham County Transit Plan. Our Durham County Office of the Sheriff reported a significant reduction in crime for the first 6 months of 2025, totaling a 26% decrease. Durham County Veterans Services hosted their first Women Veterans Recognition Day celebration in June, which will now become an annual event to spotlight the significance of female veterans and their exemplary service in our nation's military. Our tax department led this year's revaluation process. This is our first reevaluation since 2019. I want to thank Administrator Kiar Doyle and his staff for the tremendous work they perform to manage this challenging process, and they need a round of applause. Kiar spoke to countless individual residents and at community events across the county, appeared on local news, media, and even shared an informational series on social media to help taxpayers understand all phases of the tax revaluation operation. And just last week, our Economic Development Department helped to secure the significant expansion of 2 companies in Durham, Novartis and Aspida. Combined, those 2 organizations will invest nearly $570 million in the county and create 1,300 new jobs for Durham over several years. That deserves a round of applause. Yes. I am so proud of the innovative, cutting-edge work done by these and all departments during this year. And now I will turn it over to Commissioner Wendy Jacobs.
As a new board, this was our first year working together to create a budget for Durham County. As it is often said, a budget is more than a financial document. This budget focused on supporting education, funding public safety needs related to population growth, and maintaining the county's core services. As I and my fellow commissioners often say, budgets are not just numbers on a page. They are moral documents. They are declarations of what we value, what we stand for, and who we care about. At their best, they are also documents of love, expressions of a deep commitment to our community. I am so proud of our new board and how we work together to unanimously approve a budget document at a time when so many changes were and are happening at the state and federal level. Let me quickly share a few points from our approved budget. Our Durham County budget is now over $1 billion. And it's a $1.4 billion budget. This budget continued to demonstrate the board's support for public education. The largest amount of the board's increase provided $15.93 million in additional new funding for Durham Public Schools, bringing the total amount of funding for Durham Public Schools to $224.5 million. And I'm going to follow Commissioner Burton's lead on this. That deserves a round of applause. Durham County remains among the top 5 jurisdictions in per capita funding per student, a designation the county has sustained for many decades. Pre-K support included an annual funding of nearly $9 million. I'll repeat that again. Nearly $9 million that this board and Durham County government has provided for the Durham pre-K program and pre-K education in Durham County. That also deserves a big round of applause. And at the other end of the spectrum, Durham Technical Community College funding was at $12.6 million. Certainly, in our ever-growing county, the needs were great. But I am happy to report that our departments worked to analyze their budgets to ensure that we were able to provide additional services without a significant tax increase. Overall, a hiring freeze was put in place except for a few key areas. Priority was given to public safety services and law enforcement. 12 new positions were placed in emergency medical services to respond to increased call volume in the county and to supplement peak staffing. 5 new positions were added to the Office of the Sheriff to support increased coverage in the Research Triangle Park. And with the recent opening of the new county youth home, 8.5 new positions were added to enhance programming and increased capacity of this new facility. As we are preparing to create a budget for the coming year, our county manager recently reminded us that we are facing significant headwinds. Certainly, we still don't have a budget approved by the state, and the federal budget picture is unknown in many areas, as we must prepare to address various scenarios. I mentioned very strong headwinds ahead, and here are a few of them. There will be revenue pressures and expenditure demands converging. Our American Rescue Plan Act funds are expiring, and the backfill will be required for many of our nonprofits. We are seeing stagnating revenue growth in areas such as our sales tax revenue. Our capital planning needs continue, and we will need to adjust to state and federal policy shifts. And I know that our board will continue, with the help of our staff and all of our partners, to face these headwinds. And I now call up our Commissioner Valentine.
So, good evening, Durham County. And I want to just take a moment of personal privilege and say thank you for the privilege that is public service. And I also like to say thank you to my colleagues for the collegial nature of the work. So as we move forward, thoughtful planning and collaboration are essential in the coming months. Our departments must continue to control spending, maximizing revenue. We must continue analysis of employee benefits costs that are rising at elevated rates. We continue to review the role of inflation, which is driving increased baseline expenditures, utilities, fuel, and other essential costs. I am so grateful, however, that Manager Hager and her team are strategically working on these issues to provide our board with the best information to make wise financial decisions in the new budget year. You may recall that the voters here in Durham County approved a significant bond referendum in 2022, and I'm happy to report that we continue to celebrate the progress of those projects. The referendum consisted of $550.2 million to support capital projects for Durham Technical Community College, Durham Public Schools, and the Museum of Life and Science. On October 28th, our county commissioners, Durham Technical Community College, healthcare partners, and local leaders came together to officially break ground on an 80,000 square foot health sciences building. During the event, it was noted that the new health sciences building represents exactly what makes our community special. We invest in people, in education, and in care. Durham Tech received $112 million for this facility. This center will support training of healthcare students for nursing, for surgical technology, respiratory therapy, clinical research, and so much more. Just last week, we came together to celebrate the topping out ceremony for the new Durham School of the Arts. Durham Public Schools received $423 million in bond funds to build new and improve existing facilities. This $200 million project replaces the current 100-year-old school and will feature a state-of-the-art environment and technology for our students to enjoy. And as a proud parent of a graduate, let's put our hands together for the Durham School of the Arts. So the new Durham School of the Arts is scheduled to open to students in 2027. The Museum of Life and Science received $13.9 million to support repairs, renovations, and expansion of the beloved facility. If you have visited the museum since the spring of this year, which I have, and hope you will too, you will have noticed that large portions of the first floor have been temporarily closed and make way for the new exhibits that will delight visitors for years to come. While not a bond project, I must mention a significant capital project we officially opened on Friday morning. 300 East Main Street, also called the Renegade. This public-private partnership is an exciting, multi-phase, mixed-income housing project that has transformed redevelopment in the heart of downtown Durham. 300 East Main Street is a mix of affordable and market-rate housing, ground floor commercial space, and structured parking, as well as a pre-K child care center. The development consists of 305 units of affordable housing, as well as 248 market-rate apartments. Please make plans to visit very, very soon. And next spring, we will open a similar companion project at 500 East Main Street. At this time, I will have the Chair of the Board of County Commissioners address the podium. Chair Alam.
Thank you, colleagues. There's no question that these are challenging times, indeed a point of a period of uncertainty. And as a major government in our state, we must continue to stay in touch with all our public entities to ensure that we are working collaboratively, efficiently, and effectively as we provide services. I am happy to share that this year, our city, Durham Public Schools, and Durham County have started our now quarterly practice of meeting regularly to examine all that we do and to seek ways to strategically plan for whatever comes from Raleigh or Washington to ensure that our community continues to succeed. Durham County is a AAA bond-rated local government, one of only 110 counties in the country to receive this designation from 2 different rating agencies, and we will continue to manage our public dollars, your dollars, accordingly. And as we look ahead, we know that we are living in uncertain times, but I am confident that our Board of Commissioners and our staff are committed to solving any situation that are currently before us, as well as those that may emerge in the future, with the collaboration and the love and care that you've seen here today through this presentation. Because the people of Durham County deserve no less than our best professional efforts. We will remain resolute, determined, insightful, focused, and resilient during these times. And we must bring this spirit to any challenge that we encounter, whether in governing or out in our communities. And we will work to ensure that our priorities and services are top of mind, and that we will all do what we can to bring our collective energy and resources to bear to take care of our neighbors. We appreciate your attention this evening, and we encourage you to follow our work on your behalf. Subscribe to our newsletter, follow us on social media, attend our meetings, or view our meetings on YouTube. At the end of the day, remember, we work for you. Thank you all so much for joining us for our State of the County. To our regular agenda. Are there any agenda adjustments? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Vice Chair Dr. Lee, seconded by Commissioner Burton. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, agenda is adopted. Clerk Wallace, would you like to read the announcements?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I'll read the announcements published in tonight's agenda. Most Durham County government offices will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday, November 27th, and Friday, November 28th. All offices will reopen with normal hours on Monday, December 1st. For information on how this will impact certain services, please visit dconc.gov. Forward Cities is looking for skilled facilitators or entrepreneurial support organizations to lead the upcoming Invest Forward cohort program in Durham, launching early 2026. This initiative includes 2 tracks, a startup track for early stage founders and a accelerator track for growth stage business ready to expand. Facilitators will co-design curriculum, lead sessions, and support founders in collaborations with the E3 Durham program. You must apply by November 30th, and there is a link to do that, or you can visit forwardcities.org. Need funding for your food pantry, community gardening, feeding neighbors, etc.? Are you a nonprofit? We're excited to announce that the 2025 Durham County Food Security Micro Grants application has opened. The grant opportunity is funded by Durham County and administered by Durham Congregations in Action. These are small grants, generally between $500 and $5,000 for community food security projects. You can access the application online. The deadline is December 12th. And if you have any questions, you can email Durham N, the letter N, action @gmail.com. Kick off the holiday season at the Durham Holiday Parade from Durham Parks and Recreation. Cheer on hometown bands, drill teams, schools, and community groups as they make their way down Main Street on Saturday, December 13th at 10 a.m. The procession will conclude with a guest appearance from Santa, and you can see more information at dprplaymore.org. That concludes the announcements in tonight's agenda.
Thank you, Clerk Wallace. Are there any additional announcements? I would just like to share for myself, Vice Chair Dr. Lee, Commissioner Burton, and Commissioner Jacobs, and we missed Commissioner Valentine, but I know he was here teaching our bright minds at NCCU, but we were able to attend alongside many of our staff, I was about to say the State of the County visit, but the inner city visit in Austin, Texas, where many of us were able to see amazing projects that Austin City has been able to accomplish, like a tiny home village, which was so amazing to see the way that community came together to build a space for individuals who have been facing chronic and long-term homelessness, to be able to build a community where they're able to support themselves, support their families, and live independently, and build a community within each other, and find jobs, build their trades and their skills. So that was very exciting. And we also got to share some amazing projects that we, Durham County, have been working on and have accomplished. So I just want to highlight that that was a really amazing trip, and I'm really appreciative for the opportunity. And thank you to all the partners who made it possible with Durham County, the city, our economic development team, RTP Foundation, and there's a lot of other folks. Don't get mad at me for not naming. But those are my announcements. Anyone else? Okay. None? Then we will move on to our minutes for the November 10th regular session meeting minutes. I'll entertain a motion. Are there any amendments to the minutes?
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Jacobs, seconded by Commissioner Burton. Any debate? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The minutes are approved. And now we will have ceremonial items recognizing the recognition of Seth Kamansky as Durham County's new Chief Paramedic in the Office of Emergency Services.
Thank you, Chair Lum. Good evening, Commissioners, Madam Manager, Madam Attorney. Mark Lockhart, Director of Emergency Services. I'm pleased to be with you tonight to indicate the result of a lengthy process and recruitment for our EMS Chief Paramedic. And we were very fortunate to find that successful candidate right in our own backyard. Seth Kamansky comes to us after a very successful career spanning 16 years in Wake County government, where he rose to the Operations Chief for Emergency Medical Services. Seth was also with the Wake County Sheriff's Office for a time, and then more recently with Amgen doing continuity of business and emergency planning. So I'm pleased to introduce you to him this evening. Chief Kamansky.
Thank you, Director Lockhart. Good evening, Commissioners, Manager Hager, County leadership, colleagues, and community members. It's an honor to be here. I'm honored to serve as the Chief Paramedic for Durham County EMS, and I'm incredibly excited about the road ahead. The growth we're seeing in our community gives us great opportunity for innovation, leading the EMS industry, and to strengthen our partnerships across Durham and beyond. The challenges of scaling our agency to meet that demand are real, and will require hard work, novel approaches, and your continued support. I have full confidence in the team at EMS. They're resilient, mission-driven, and deeply committed to serving every corner of this community. I look forward to working together to ensure Durham County EMS continues to be a model of progress, compassion, and collaboration to provide the best level of public safety and service for the whole of the community. Thank you again for the warm welcome.
Thank you so much, Chief Kamansky. Thank you for your years of service that you have provided in all of the roles across Wake County and other entities, but thank you for choosing Durham, because we know that the role in EMS is highly sought after. And so for you to choose Durham and to bring all of the years of service, love, and care, it means a lot. And I know that we are very grateful, and I know the residents of Durham are going to be really grateful for your service and stewarding this office.
Thank you.
Commissioner Jacobs?
I would also say welcome. We're lucky to have you with all of the experience and talent and expertise that you are bringing to this role. And again, we really appreciate you being here, and we'll do all we can to support you. Thank you.
Commissioner Valentine?
Chief Kamansky, welcome to Durham County.
Thank you, sir.
We have anticipated your arrival, and we're looking forward to working with you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you,
All right,
sir.
welcome again.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I will now pass it to Commissioner Jacobs for our first resolution.
Thank you. It is my honor to read this resolution recognizing the 75th anniversary of the Rougemont Ruritam Club 2025. And you have to bear with me, this is a long resolution because there is a lot to talk about and recognize. Whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club was first chartered in Durham County, North Carolina on November 28, 1950, as Club number 377 with 28 founding members, and the original charter signed by Curtis Old, Ruritan National President, and Tom Downing, co-founder of Ruritan National. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has fostered citizenship and patriotism by posting U.S. flags along the main highway on legal holidays, providing club members as volunteers to work at the polls during elections, and encouraging all community citizens to exercise their right to vote. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has provided public service to the members of the Rougemont community, such as preparing and providing an annual community calendar, building and maintaining a little free library, publishing a free community newspaper, painting and refurbishing Ruritan highway signs, providing CPR courses for local Ruritan Club members, and allowing the Ruritan Club building to be rented for community celebrations and needs. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has improved the environment by conducting community roadside trash pickups on a regular schedule under the state Adopt a Highway program, built a community vegetable garden, hosted community cleanup events, and mowing assistance to disabled and elderly residents. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has enriched community development, education, and wellness by hosting blood drives, sponsoring nutrition programs, a domestic violence awareness program, free fitness classes for adults at a local church fellowship hall, and a Spanish class for English as a second language for adults. The club has also provided fruit baskets to seniors living at a local assisted living center, collected canned goods and funds at local businesses to support the local food bank, and provided transportation for senior residents and others to medical appointments, and made and distributed protective masks during the COVID pandemic. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has supported community engagement and opportunity by providing financial assistance for kids and chaperones to attend Ruritan National Summer Camp for youth, holding and participating in golf tournaments for scholarship funds, donating funds to support the local fire department, assisting a local family who lost their home in a house fire, and sponsored adult softball teams. The club has donated to the local homeless shelters, designed a community mural, organized neighborhood watch programs, annual youth Christmas events, Easter festivals and parades, and raised funding through pancake and sausage breakfasts, Brunswick stew sales, spaghetti suppers, turkey shoot raffles, and emergency mailbox markers. And whereas the Rougemont Ruritam Club has distinguished itself with exceptional leadership at the local, regional, state, and national level, such that the Rougemont Ruritam Club is the only club in Ruritan National, that means the entire United States, that has two members, Millard Thacker and Linward Hedgepeth, who we have the honor of having with us here tonight, seated over here, to serve with distinction as president at both the state and national level, and such that Linward Hedgepeth is the first African American elected in the history of Ruritan National to serve as Ruritan National President, again, in the entire United States. And whereas Millard Thacker, member for more than 50 years, and Linward Hedgepeth, also longtime member, have served in every Ruritan leadership level, including zone governor, lieutenant district governor, and governor of the Rocky Mount Durham Ruritan District, vice president and president of the Association of North Carolina Ruritan, and national director, national vice president, and with Millard Thacker serving as the 2001 to 2002 national president, and Linward Hedgepeth serving as the 2020 to 2022 national president, with the honor of serving during the COVID pandemic as well. And that deserves a round of applause for them both as well. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Durham County Board of Commissioners, do hereby resolve to recognize and celebrate the historic 75th anniversary of the Rougemont Ruritan Club, and hereby express deep appreciation and gratitude for the Rougemont Ruritan Club and all of its members for the numerous ways they have tirelessly, selflessly, and generously uplifted and contributed to the community of Rougemont, Durham County, and all of its people. May the Rougemont Ruritan Club continue to flourish and thrive for the betterment of all. This, the 24th day of November 2025, Nida Alam Chair, Dr. Mike Lee Vice Chair, Michelle Burton Commissioner, Wendy Jacobs Commissioner, Stephen Valentine Commissioner. And I'd like to invite both Millard Thacker and Linward Hedgepeth to please rise to the podium to receive this resolution, and please share any comments you would like with us. And we're honored to have you both here with us tonight.
Thank you, Commissioner, for that long presentation. But it took us 75 years to get there. But I want to thank you for making this opportunity possible. Thank you for the resolution, and thank each and one of you for what you do as well. I would like to say that it was an honor to be here tonight, but it was also an honor in 2002 to be elected a Ruritan National President. A little old country boy from Rougemont, North Carolina, down the road to be elected Ruritan National President. But it gave me an opportunity to work and belong to an organization that thrives on making our communities a better place in which to live and to work. And we do this through fellowship, goodwill, and community service. Ruritans, generally speaking, are good people having a good time doing good things for others. That is what life and community service is all about. And I would like to add that having served along with Linwood for these many years that we've known each other, it has been a team effort for he and I to work together to accomplish the things that we feel we have helped accomplish. So I would like to invite all of you to come down and visit us at 212 Bacon Road in Rougemont. It might be called Bacon Road and we have pancake and sausage breakfast, but they're not necessarily related. So for each and every one of you, I want to thank you for what you do. Thank you for making it possible that we can do what we can do. And working together, there's nothing that we can accomplish. But we have to work together in our communities to make it happen. And I accept the resolutions on behalf of the Rougemont Ruritan Club. And I want you to know I am proud to be a Ruritan. I'm proud to be a veteran. I'm proud to be an American. And I'm proud to have an opportunity tonight to be and invite you to be a part of our 75th anniversary. Thank you.
Again, thank you to the mayor, to the commissioners, and the staff that allowed us this opportunity and give us this recognition. We really do appreciate it. Not only for the 75 years that all the volunteers have put in throughout the Rougemont Club, it's also a head nod to the national organization and the volunteers, where we got over 1,000 club, around 25,000 members. This is a head nod to them too. So they're all out there today, serving their communities as we have in Rougemont. And we certainly, once again, appreciate the support we get from you guys. We ask you to come out. But Sister Burden said, Commissioner Burden said she would be coming to see us. And one of your own is our longtime member, Sister Jacobs. We really appreciate you, Commissioner, staying with us and helping us out. And again, tonight, thank you, Miller, for being a good leader wherever you are. Where are you? You're behind me. For being a good leader. I followed him nearly 20 years later, and we traveled many miles together. And with his leadership, we were able to keep Ruritan and his support going throughout the COVID years, which was a challenge within itself. So again, thank you. We do accept this very well. Thank you. Have a great night. Happy Thanksgiving to you, by the way.
Thank you so much for your years of service to Durham County's, our northern Durham County residents, and making sure that we commissioners continue to know about the issues that our neighbors up in Rougemont as well as Bahama are facing, as well as working collaboratively with us for solutions and serving your communities. I greatly appreciate it. I know there's going to be additional comments. I unfortunately have to slip out. I have messages that my 3-year-old daughter is not feeling well, so I'm going to pass it to Vice Chair Lee to take the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
Okay. And the next item on our agenda, and please tell. Okay, I was just going to say, please tell your daughter we're thinking about her. Hope she feels better. Absolutely. Go ahead,
Yes.
Commissioner Burton.
Yes, I just wanted to say, this is such an honor for the Rougemont Ruritan Club, and I do want to come out to visit, so please make sure you send me an email so I can make sure I get it on my calendar. Just let me some dates. Thank you so much.
All right, any other comments? Go ahead, Commissioner Valentine.
Thank you, Vice Chair. And so, congratulations on 75 years. But more importantly, thank you for being an example in our community. You're the face of service. And as a resident of North Durham, I say congratulations on your accomplishment. And we look forward to the work ahead. Thank you.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes, I just had to say that I am proud to be a member of the Rougemont Ruritan Club for the past 13 years since I became a county commissioner. And one of the reasons that I joined was because I was so impressed with the Rougemont Ruritan Club, which honestly is one of the few racially integrated Ruritan clubs that I've visited, and I really wanted to support that. I have been so inspired by you and all of your members, And also, when reading the resolution, I just kept thinking that everything that you're doing are the things that are supposed to be Durham County government's job. And the reality is that we can't do it all. And we really do rely on the partnership with organizations like you all, the Ruritam Club. We really could not, we just couldn't do it. We can't. And it is a true partnership with you all. And the contributions that the Rougemont Club has made over the past 75 years are really priceless. Really could not put a value on it. And just again, thank you. We're grateful to you and all of the members.
All right. Are there any other comments? All right. Thank you all very much, and congratulations on your 75th. Next item on our agenda is another resolution, and it's going to be read by Commissioner Stephen Valentine.
All right. Vice Chair, thank you. I count it a high honor this evening as both a retired officer and a combat veteran to read this resolution on behalf of Private First Class Booker T. Spicely in honor of his life and in honor of his legacy. So whereas Durham County Board of County Commissioners recognizes the importance of learning, preserving and understanding the county's full and complex history, which includes those moments that reflect both the progress and challenges that have shaped the community. And whereas Durham County Board of County Commissioners recognizes the value of an honest acknowledgement of the people, events, and experiences that have defined our local past, which strengthens civic understanding, promotes unity, and ensures that future generations can learn from the lessons of history. And whereas Private First Class Booker T. Spicely, a black soldier, was born in 1909 and served honorably in the United States Army during World War II, stationed at Camp Butner in Granville County, North Carolina. And whereas on July 8th, 1944, 11 years before Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, Private First Class Spicely, while traveling in uniform on a public bus in Durham, North Carolina, objected to racially discriminatory Jim Crow practices after being ordered to move to the rear of the bus despite his military service to our nation. And whereas Private First Class Spicely was fatally shot by white bus driver Herman Lee Council near the intersection of West Club Boulevard and 4th Street, now Berkeley Street in Durham. And whereas Herman Lee Council was acquitted of all charges by an all-white jury after just 28 minutes of deliberation, and whereas the tragic killing of Private First Class Spicely drew national attention to racial violence and injustice, inspiring renewed efforts among civil rights leaders and organizations, including the NAACP, the Durham Committee on Negro Affairs, to confront systemic discrimination in North Carolina and across the United States. And whereas the loss of Private First Class Spicely represents a pivotal moment in Durham and the nation's civil rights history, serving as a reminder of the sacrifices endured by African American service members who defended democracy abroad while being denied its full promise at home. And whereas Private First Class Spicely's service to our country as a soldier and as a citizen who demanded equality should be honored. And whereas the County of Durham seeks to honor Private First Class Spicely's courage, dignity, and ultimate sacrifice, recognizing his contributions to both the military defense of the United States and the broader struggle for racial equality and justice. Now therefore be resolved that we, the members of the Durham County Board of Commissioners, do hereby resolve to honor and recognize the life and the legacy of Private First Class Booker T. Spicely, acknowledging his service to the United States Army, his courage in the face of injustice, and the lasting impact of his story on the pursuit of civil rights and equality. We honor the bravery of Private First Class Booker T. Spicely and his efforts to promote true democracy, and we urge all residents and visitors to reflect on his life and his legacy. This 24th day of November 2025, signed, Nida Lam, Chair, Dr. Mike Lee, Vice Chair, Michelle Burton, Commissioner, Wendy Jacobs, Commissioner, and Stephen Valentine, Commissioner. At this time, I would like to invite Attorney James Williams, Civil Rights Attorney here in Durham, to the podium to receive the resolution. Attorney Williams.
Good evening. And thank you, Commissioner Valentine and other members of the Durham County Board of County Commissioners. My name is James Williams. I chair the Booker T. Spicely Committee. And with me this evening is John Shepp, who's a member of our committee. Thank you for the resolution. Who we are as a community, what we value as a community is reflected in those we honor and commemorate. I'm sure you've heard the expression that we all enjoy the shade of trees that we didn't plant, and we drink water from wells that we didn't dig. There are those who came before us who made those things possible, who dug those wells and planted those trees, and those ancestors include people like Private First Class Booker T. Spicely, who gave his life for this country and for equal justice for all, including members of the black community. You know, a famous person, he's not from Durham, but he certainly was a significant part of the Durham community, is historian John Hope Franklin. And as I think about history, I often think about this great historian, this great man, and some of the things that he said. And one thing that comes to my mind tonight is that the past is in the present. It's not something that we can just discard because it happened some time ago. He also said, if we are going to put this house in order, we must not begin with the present, but with the past. And there are a number of reasons that he said that, and I won't go into all of those things, but so much of who we are and what this society looks like and the problems that we encounter today is reflected in the historical record. I want to reference the AAA, and AAA for me in this context is awareness, acknowledgement, and action. I knew nothing about Booker T. Spicely until about 6 years ago. And I know a number of people in Durham knew nothing about Booker T. Spicely. One of the things that our committee is trying to do is to raise that awareness, but not just for the fact of raising the awareness. It is to accomplish things like what happened here tonight, the acknowledgement of what happened to him by this august body, this Board of County Commissioners. But it's also that last A is action, because I think when you understand history, you understand what people like Booker T. Spicely stood for and fought for. It inspires us to continue on that journey, to continue that struggle, to build a more just and fair and equitable society, to indeed build that that beautiful community that Dr. King and others spoke about. And so, thank you so much for this resolution. And I want to thank, in particular, Commissioner Valentine for his his support over the past several years for the work of our committee and his assistance in helping to honor Mr. Private Spicely. And we are going to be having a program December 1 at the Durham County Library, a few blocks from here. December 1 is actually the birthday of Booker T. Spicely. He was born December 1, 1909. And we're going to have a program featuring and centering his family, several of his family members, talking about not just about him, but about his family and about not only the harm, but their resilience and how they were able to build and to continue forward despite the horror of what happened to their loved ones. So I don't know if that's an evening when this commission meets. If not, then I hope you will attend, and if so, I hope Mr. Valentine might be able to come and read this resolution for this event. Certainly, the offer is there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate any comments from our commissioners.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
I wanted to thank you so much for being here and for bringing us this resolution, and for the work that has been going on for several years in the community. I know that Commissioner Valentine was involved in leading a symposium several years ago at North Carolina Central University that I had the opportunity to attend. John Shelp and others were responsible for a historic marker that now stands at Club Boulevard and Broad Street. Is that the correct location? Yep. Outside the School of Math and Science, outside the former hospital where he was taken and refused care. And that is my understanding, is the only historic marker in the state that references Jim Crow laws.
That is correct.
Yes, and then Mike Wiley's play,
Changing
yes,
Spain,
yes. All of these are so important. As you mentioned, I love the 3 A's. I wrote them down.
Right.
That we continue the education in our community and engagement. And I think I first learned about this when my daughter did a independent study when she was a high school student at Jordan High School on the history of Durham. And I think it may have been from meeting with you, John, where he told her about Private Spicely and what happened. Actually, the resistance in Durham, which we don't often talk about, is the fires that happened in the tobacco district, the warehouse fires. So people did not just sit idly. There was resistance and reaction, which I think is important. But that's when I learned about that. And that was more than 15 years ago, but it's taken a long time for it to become a community-wide educational action and effort. And so thank you for all that you all are doing to keep it going.
Well, thank you. And I'll just add one other thing. I think you're right. One of the things that, and I didn't mention because I didn't want to go too long, but one of the things that we've been working on is to getting this story as a part of lesson plans in school systems. And Carolina K through 12 has developed a lesson plan that includes this story. There are some people at Duke that's working on a lesson plan also. So, because young people need to know, and that's how they will grow, and to be better, and I hate to say it, better people than we, and I'm speaking, broadly now, than we have been over the years, and that's how we get to a better place. And so you start young, and this story and stories like it need to be a part of that conversation. Yes.
All right, thank you. Any other comments from commissioners? Thank you very much, and Thank you for representing Private Spiceley. All right, the next item on our agenda is consent agenda. However, we do have a public comment for 25059. And so we'll pull that off the consent agenda and we will discuss it at the proper point for the items that were pulled off of the consent agenda. Okay, but the other items are listed in our agenda for our consent agenda. What? So I'll accept the motion to.
I would make a motion to approve all of the consent agenda items except for 25-0595.
Second.
It's been moved and probably seconded that we approve the adjusted consent agenda. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. It passes. The next item on our agenda is a public hearing, I believe. 1 second, let me move over. Yeah, we have our public hearing. This is for the text amendment for RTP 3.0, a privately initiated unified development ordinance text amendment. Let me see here. So I will call this public hearing open, and the staff will present.
Good evening. My name is Robin Schultz. Pleasure to be here with you all tonight. I will be representing the Planning and Development Department, speaking on TC 25-00001, which is a privately initiated text amendment to the Unified Development Ordinance, or UDO. This amendment requests to amend multiple sections of the UDO in order to expand the existing university and college standards to create a new zoning district, UC3, in order to facilitate the inclusion of large scientific and technical research parks within the existing UC district's framework. This application will coincide with a zoning map change request that aligns with the Research Triangle Park existing covenants, and that request will be coming directly after this, case number Z25-00025. So those existing university and college districts were established in order to allow for the growth and development of colleges and universities while protecting the larger community. They are established by a zoning map change, which must delineate the bounds of the proposed district and provide a campus master plan to the appropriate governing body. Once approved, these districts employ a tiered approach to land use regulation by both establishing an internal campus and a transitional use area. The internal campus allows for flexibility, while the transitional use area provides a buffer between the surrounding areas and the internal campus. Additionally, staff from the Research Triangle Park Foundation can provide any further information on the proposed campus master plan, and planning and development staff are available for any questions. Thank you.
All right, was that it, Robin? Was that
That's it.
your presentation?
That's it for me.
I wasn't sure if you stopped because of the
Oh no, you're fine.
the sound. Okay, so that is the staff presentation, and so I will formally open the public hearing, and we will start with the public comments, and then the public comments. We will then close the hearing, and then we'll have board deliberation about it, okay? So now the public hearing is officially open, and we do have a public comment. It is from Patrick Biker. Oh, they're outside, okay. Okay. It's outside.
Good evening, Vice Chair Lee, members of the board. My name is Patrick Biker. I live at 2614 Stewart Drive. My office address is 700 West Main Street. I'm an attorney with Morningstar Law Group, and I'm here tonight representing C-Square, which has acquired Compass Data Centers, and C-Square owns and operates the data center located at 99 TW Alexander Drive in RTP. This data center is located on the southeast corner of Alexander Drive and NC 54, just about right smack in the middle of Research Triangle Park. I'm here tonight to speak in support of this agenda item before the County Commissioners. I hope you all will approve it. However, I do need to state one concern on the record this evening. As I just mentioned, C-Square operates a data center in RTP, and our concern is making clear that data centers are a permitted use in the proposed UC3 zoning district. Our client's data center has been at this location for over 5 years, and we need to make sure it is a permitted use going forward. Unfortunately, the term data center is not found in Durham's Unified Development Ordinance. That absence is driving our need to put our concern on the record at tonight's public hearing for this privately initiated text amendment. It is no secret that the demand for data centers is only going to increase in the future. For Durham County, data centers are foundational to AI, telecommunications, the financial sector, pharmaceutical research, our healthcare providers, and our outstanding universities, North Carolina Central and Duke. I want to thank the leadership in the Durham City County Planning Department for understanding and appreciating this concern. As always, we have received excellent customer service from Planning Director Young and her fine staff. With that concern stated on the record, we support this text amendment. Thank you for your time tonight.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Biker. I will now close the hearing as there are no further public comments. Now we'll move to the board deliberation. Any comments, thoughts, Board of Commissioners?
I just want to confirm, I assume that existing uses are grandfathered under this text amendment?
Yep, you are correct. So that data center will continue to be able to operate. They currently are not specifically delineated, as Mr. Biker said, but are operating under the industrial light use category, which is a permitted use within this district as well. So they should be all good.
Yep, thank you.
Any further comments?
So do you have any further comments about the definition of data center, how moving forward? I mean, you just addressed that it doesn't sound like there needs to be a change, but is there any further development within the department?
Yeah, so currently we don't need to change anything within this version of the UDO to accommodate data centers. Right now they are sort of operating under the interpretation that they are a light industrial use. Within the new UDO, we are going to include them as their own separate line item in the use table with their own set of specific limited use standards. And we've discussed a few of those with the Joint City County Planning Committee, but we'll make sure that any of those existing uses still meet those standards. Sorry, but and are grandfathered. But any new data center will also have some limited use standards like distance from residential and a noise study and things of that nature.
Okay. Any other questions or comments about this amendment? Okay. Hearing none, the first motion we will have is the adoption of the ordinance amendment.
I would like to make a motion to adopt an ordinance amending the Unified Development Ordinance incorporating revisions to Article 4, zoning districts, Article 5, use regulations, Article 6, district intensity standards, and Article 7, design standards.
I second.
Motion has been properly made and properly seconded. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. That this motion passes unanimously. Now there's a second motion to be made, and that's the adoption of the consistency statement. That's correct, right, for this?
Okay, I will make a motion to adopt a consistency statement as required by North Carolina General Statute, Section 160-605.
Second.
Has been moved, and we have a motion on the floor that's been moved and properly seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. That motion passes unanimously as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. So we have a second public hearing, and this is a public hearing for the zoning map change, RTP rezoning, Z2500025. Now we hear from the staff.
Good evening, Mr. Vice Chair, members of the Commission. My name is Aaron Kane with the Planning and Development Department. Before I begin, I'd like to state for the record that all planning items before you tonight have been advertised consistent with state and local laws, and affidavits are on file in the Planning and Development Department. As stated, this is case Z2500025, RTP rezoning. There we go. This request is for a rezoning of the entirety of Research Triangle Park, except for one parcel, parcel 154063, which is the Durham County Wildlife Club. This would be just over 5,000 acres, including right-of-way, and would be a rezoning from Science and Research Park, Science and Research Park Core, Industrial Light, Industrial Park, Office and Institutional, Residential Suburban 20, and Residential Rural to University and College 3, which you just adopted. There we go. Before you now is the zoning context map showing the areas in green that would be rezoned to University and College 3. That one parcel at the bottom of the map that is yellow surrounded by green, that is the Durham County Wildlife Club that is not incorporated into the proposed rezoning. The place type map is shown. There are 3 place types currently in Research Triangle Park. The majority of it is that purplish color, which is employment campus. There are portions around the current hub, which is transit opportunity area. There are also some areas of environmental protection that are designated recreation and open space. Staff finds that the zoning map change proposal is consistent with the place type map. 2 neighborhood meetings were held in accordance with the neighborhood meeting guidelines on September 11th and September 30th, 2025. 2 comments have been submitted to the Durham Rezoning Explorer, both against the proposal. The proposal is consistent with the place type map designations, as I mentioned before, and is consistent with 10 of 12 applicable comprehensive plan policies. The request is for a general rezoning, so no commitments can be made. That is the end of the staff presentation, and staff as well as members from the Research Triangle Foundation are here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We don't have, well, I'll officially open the public hearing. We don't have public comment for this item, so I will close the public hearing and then go into deliberations, board deliberations. Are there any questions from the county commissioners? Okay. Not hearing any, we'll go ahead with the motions to approve. The motions listed here, if anybody would like to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, I do have one question. So the rezoning that's occurring here, is there any implications with regards to state law regarding this?
In terms of?
So with the rezoning and RTP being, sort of a special arrangement with the state.
Oh, no,
Okay.
There's no concerns there.
Okay.
There's no annexation taking place, so there's no concerns.
Okay, so it's just with the annexations?
Yeah.
With state law? Okay.
RTP cannot be annexed under state law.
That's correct. Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'll accept the motion. Go ahead.
Okay. I make the motion to adopt an ordinance amending the Unified Development Ordinance by taking property out of Science and Research Park, Science and Research Park Core, Industrial Light, Industrial Park, Office and Institutional, Residential Suburban 20, and Residential Rural, and establishing the same as University and College -3.
Second.
We have a motion that's been properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Second motion.
I make the motion to adopt a consistency statement as required by North Carolina General Statute, Section 160D-605.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, another motion that's been moved and properly seconded. Any further discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. Thank you. Yes.
Chair, I didn't want the moment to go without just recognizing the significance of the votes that we just took. I know this item has come before us at a work session, so we didn't have to have an elaborate presentation for the board. But I did want to recognize that this is a transformational decision on the part of our board for the next vision and future of RTP. I want to recognize Scott Levitan here, who's the CEO of Research Triangle Park, also Travis Creighton, who's the planner for this and the mastermind, I would say, of all of this. And it's just really exciting, I think, for our board to be a part of this moment in time. A few things come to mind to me. One is that this plan will be implementing our comprehensive land use plan. This plan really embodies the values and the desires that our community wants to have more, to have a work, live, play environment, and, housing, and having walkable communities, a multimodal vision that we're going to see hopefully unraveling here. And also I want to recognize at this moment when in many ways the foundation of RTP has really been under attack with our federal government. I'm sure many people are aware that our Congressional District 4 has lost more federal funding and been more impacted by DOGE and other actions than any other congressional district in the entire United States. And so we've seen some of the foundations of RTP like EPA and NIH and RTI, FHI, and our great universities, Duke and other universities, really, the research and education really affected. And so to me, this also represents hope. We're going to be resilient, we're going to be innovative, we're going to pivot towards a new future in RTP. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Jacobs. Any other comments?
Yes, Chair Lee, I just want to say this is transformational in, the history of RTP. It was founded, over 65 years ago, and now it's going through this historical transformation. I'm really excited to see how it transformed, and this is just a great thing for Durham County. I'm glad we were able to come together and vote for it, so thank you so much.
All right. Very good. Our next item on our agenda is the board and commission's appointments. Attorney Larissa Williams.
Good evening, everyone. We have one vacant position with the Library Board of Trustees, and the board has selected Rama Darba for that position. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you, Attorney Williams. Then the last item on our agenda is items pulled from the consent agenda, and we had one pulled, which was 0595, 0595. Because we have a public comment, let me get to it here. And this is the authorized accounting manager to enter into a contract with Southern Wall Systems, LLC, in the amount of $1,193,227 to provide exterior refurbishment and exterior window replacement at the Durham County Justice Services Center, and the authority to execute change order amendments to the contract as long as funds are available in the CIP fund. Our public comment comes from Elizabeth Arendt. Please come to the mic here. You have 3 minutes. There's a little icon with the person on the base of your microphone. Could you press it? There
This
we go.
one?
Yeah.
Much better, thank you. My name is Elizabeth Arand. I reside at 804 Berkeley Street. I'm speaking tonight to express my concern and alarm at the no contact order issued against Amanda Wallace, the founder of Operation Stop CPS, who has been a fearless advocate for Black and brown families in our community whose children are being stolen from them due to the state of poverty that has been imposed upon them. This is a clear act of retaliation and suppression.
I'm sorry. That's not on that's not on the agenda item. All right.
Are harrowing. If community members can be cut out of public forums for criticizing public officials, then we are not only consenting.
Mic out. All right.
The rise of fascism in our country. Demand that the no contact order and all other punitive.
So we will need a vote on this particular agenda item for 250595.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we approve the item 250595. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. That leads us to the end of our agenda. And with that, do we need a motion to adjourn? I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, please use the same sign. Passes unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you all.